I am Mr. Stray, and we are going to be reacting to another video. First, before we do react to this video, I do want to say I am so sorry about not really posting any videos the past 2 weeks. I've been working a lot, and I mean a lot. And on top of my working at my job, I also been putting on my merch shop. So go check it out at mrstrayshop.etsy.com. So go check it out, because man, prices are not bad at all for being a YouTuber's merch. So because YouTuber merch are usually $30 plus for a t-shirt, and my small t-shirt is $17, $18. So not bad at all. So in the video we will be reacting to most expensive fast food items from major chains in America. Let's get into it.
Guys, I know it's a little steep.
Whoosh! We all know fast food can get a little pricey, but these prices will cause you to do a double take. Thinking of saving some cash by picking up a Big Mac or KFC bucket? Think again. And things can get even worse depending on where you live. These are the 15 most expensive fast food items from major chains in America.
They're just so pricey.
Pizza Hut's 36-piece traditional wings.
Our lawyers tell us we can't say Pizza Hut wings are 25% bigger than the competition.
At one time, Pizza Hut was considered the undisputed king of all the pizza joints, but times change. In fact, Pizza Hut hasn't been on the top of the pizza hill for quite some time. Regardless, the chain still manages to bring in the business and stay relevant in the fast food franchise world. Furthermore, there's a devoted bunch of Pizza Hut fanatics who would dispute the fact that their beloved pizza joint is no longer on top. However, what isn't in dispute is the rather high prices Pizza Hut can command for some of their menu items, especially if you happen to live in the snowy wonderland that is Alaska.
Welcome to Alaska. Here's $1,000.
Yes, apparently along with the frosty winds, snow-capped mountains, and polar bears, Alaskan Pizza Hut prices can get pretty large. And of all the items on the menu, the 36-piece traditional wings are the most expensive. The tasty wings will run you $60.99. Now, yes, that's a lot of wings, but the price is a massive one nonetheless.
Wow!
This is particularly eye-opening considering the national average is around $38. So enjoy those tangy wings, because you may not have enough cash left over to do much else. The reason the Frosty State sees such a massive upcharge compared to other states is its remote location. The remote location pushes up delivery costs, and the result is those costly Pizza Hut wings. Both Alaska and Washington are the two most expensive states to buy fast food. This is based on a net credit study that revealed the priciest fast food states. So prepare to hear those two states mentioned a lot going forward.
So we got new lawyers.
KFC's 16-piece bucket.
Stan, you said your mom was bringing Kentucky Fried Chicken home for dinner. Now, is she or isn't she?
KFC's delicious blend of crispy southern fried chicken and good old-fashioned down-home comfort food has earned the franchise the reputation of being one of the biggest and well-known chains around the globe. At one point, KFC was, for the most part, the only franchise where fried chicken was the featured menu item. Obviously, those days have been over for a long time. In fact, there are several fried chicken chains across North America and abroad, with many doing better financially than the Colonel and his brand of chicken. However, the original Big Chicken joint is still kicking, selling crispy drumsticks and double downs, depending on where you happen to live, to its loyal fan base daily.
It's finger-licking good!
Unfortunately, the Colonel's secret recipe chicken has always been a bit on the expensive side, and while most KFC fans have accepted that fact, there are items on the menu that are pricey even by KFC standards. KFC's bucket is undoubtedly one of the most iconic fast food items of all time, and certainly the flagship item of the franchise. The instantly recognizable red and white striped bucket is an image that brings about both nostalgia and the munchies at the same time. However, the 16-piece bucket can leave your pockets as empty as that bucket minutes after after taking it home. If you happen to call Washington your home state, be prepared to pay $39 for the 16-piece bucket. Due to Washington's high minimum wage, the KFC bucket experiences a massive upcharge. Compared to the national average of $34, it's not that drastic of an upcharge, but every dollar counts.
Yeah.
KFC's chicken is known for being finger-licking good, but the hole that the 16-piece bucket can leave in your wallet, not so good.
You ate the skin off of every piece of chicken.
Domino's 32-piece wings.
How much they think it all cost?
What's the worst part of the locker room?
Pizza chains have been battling back and forth to make it to the top of the pepperoni mountain for years. From Pizza Hut to Little Caesars to Domino's, the pizza wars continue to rage to this day. While fans of pizza surely benefit from all the innovation and goodness that comes from a good rivalry, there can only be one chain that sits on top of the pepperoni mountain, and currently, that's Domino's. Domino's has been serving up hot pizzas, tasty desserts, and delicious sides for years. However, no modern pizzeria is complete without a steady stream of piping hot wings, and Domino's is no exception. The franchise's wings are not only hot out of the fryer, but also a hot seller. The chain's wings are often paired with any number of their delicious pizzas, but are just fine on their own. Unfortunately, if you have a hankering for Domino's wings, be prepared to empty those pockets of yours, as they can be the most expensive item on the menu, depending on the size of your order.
It's a lot of money.
If you're exceptionally hungry and want to put down a massive amount of those tasty wings, a 32-piece wing box from the chain will run you $33.99. Remember that cliche? There's no such thing as a free lunch? Yeah, that's all well and good, but it seems Domino's takes that to another level when it comes to their large box of wings.
I'm putting a Domino's pizza on my pizza.
McDonald's 40-piece chicken McNuggets.
Hey, Mr. Nugget. You're the boss.
What more can be said about McDonald's that hasn't been said? Biggest fast food franchise on the planet? Check. Pop culture fixture? Check. Over countless billions served? You get the idea. McDonald's has reached heights previously unheard of for any restaurant. The chain has been serving up burgers and other assorted goodness for over 60 years, so it's safe to say that at some point, just about everyone has had a Big Mac or chicken nugget in their hands. Now, when it comes to price, McDonald's has relatively been on the cheaper side when it comes to fast food. However, there are a few items on their iconic menu that can cause your eyebrows to raise thanks to the price. One such item being their Chicken McNuggets. But this isn't the standard Chicken McNugget 10 or even...
I have to say this, though. So if you guys don't know, I worked at Arby's, and we have chicken nuggets, too. One thing that shocks me all the time is people, when they come into Arby's and like, yeah, can I have the 9-piece McNuggets? We're not McDonald's, we're Arby's. Right? Or we have kids' meals and they will be like, yeah, can I have the roast beef slider Happy Meal? What the? We're not McDonald's. Come on.
20-pack that will blow your wallet up. The McNugget Bank Buster in question is the 40-pack. This massive pack of McNuggets was originally introduced as a promotional item to commemorate the Chicken McNuggets 40th anniversary just last year.
Happy anniversary.
However, the price for the celebratory monster box was only $10.99. Things have changed. If you live in Chicago, the current price is $24.98. Just think of it this way. This may be a result of the McDonald's headquarters being located in the Windy City. In actuality, the reason McDonald's prices can differ so drastically from state to state is that McDonald's allows its franchisee owners autonomy over many business decisions, including price. So the next time you happen to be on a cross-country U.S. road trip and wonder why your California Big Mac is more expensive than the one you grabbed in Vermont, no need to wonder.
That would explain why it's so expensive.
Starbucks Coffee Traveler.
Coffee, yes. Stat.
Before the 90s, coffee shops were around, but nowhere near as prevalent as they are today. Whether it was the hit sitcom Friends that popularized the coffee shop or something else, there was a coffee shop boom in the 90s that continues today, and coffee lovers couldn't be happier. Today, you can't go a block without coming across a coffee joint of some sort. In Canada, Tim Hortons reigns supreme and has even made its way stateside. However, when it comes to the one coffee chain that stands above all others, most would would agree that it would be Starbucks, the coffee shop that became famous for the Frappuccino and coffees more closely related to desserts than an actual coffee. Not that that's a bad thing.
Drank a caramel macchiato from the Starbucks.
Starbucks went from a small operation out of Seattle to a multi-billion-dollar franchise, and they owe it all to that caffeinated dark brown liquid gold. Speaking of gold, a trip to your local Starbucks may require...
So in my city, we have 2 Starbucks, and they're literally on the same side of the city. We have like 5 McDonald's, though, and like 1 KFC and 1 Domino's and 1 pizza. Ugh. Wow. But yeah, 2 Starbucks, 1 in the mall, and literally one like literally a minute away. No joke, a minute away. Don't understand.
For you to have a few bars on hand, depending on your drink of choice. Okay, kidding aside, it is true that certain items tend to cost more than others, such as the chain's Coffee Traveler box. The Traveler is a portable container of the good stuff that carries up to 96 fluid ounces. The box is perfect for large gatherings like parties, or for those who feel that a cup of coffee just won't suffice. While the idea of the Traveler may be intriguing, the price can be a bit frightening, coming in at $23.95. This price doesn't change regardless of the blend you end up choosing, so don't let that affect your decision. You're paying quite a bit, Fancy Joe or not.
But that's the point. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, first coffee.
New to Babbletop? Then how about hitting that subscribe button? It's free, and that's cheaper than anything found on this list. Thanks.
Thank you.
Dunkin' Donuts Box of Joe Hot Chocolate.
Courtesy of the hot cocoa machine.
Welcome. We've been
Donuts Box of Joe Hot Chocolate.
Courtesy of the hot cocoa machine.
It seems like Dunkin' has been around forever. The donut and coffee shop is an American icon and stopped being a simple coffee shop a long time ago. The chain has diversified its menu and branched out to include breakfast and lunch options, which only helps to keep up with customer demand and the ever-growing competition. While Starbucks and Tim Hortons may be more prevalent, Dunkin' has been doing business longer than both of the coffee powerhouses. Being a chain that specializes in coffee, you'd figure that Dunkin' has its own version of the Coffee Traveler, like its rival Starbucks. Of course, you'd be right, as the chain does have a similar product. However, the chain also offers its customers something other than coffee in large quantities.
Without you, the coffee tastes like crap.
Dunkin's Box of Joe can be filled with the obvious, coffee, and hot chocolate. Warm, rich, and creamy, there's something about hot chocolate that brings you to a place of childlike comfort. However, a fleeting glance at the price of the Box of Joe will send you speeding back to adulthood real quick. If you're in the mood for a Box of Joe hot chocolate, you'll have to pay $29.99. However, this is only for those who live in the Crystal Beach paradise of Hawaii, as the Box of Joe will only run you $20.99 in other states, which is not as shocking. So you can say aloha to your hard-earned cash if you want a bit of hot chocolate while in Hawaii. Though it is pretty warm there. Maybe do yourself a favor and order an iced hot chocolate. Up to you. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish ultimate supreme.
Pizza. What pizza?
Let's head back up to Anchorage and take a look at one of the most popular pizza chains in the northern state. Little Caesars has been a consistent name in the pizza game for years. While not as popular as Domino's, Pizza Hut, or Papa John's, the pizza chain has been responsible for some of the best and tastiest pizza innovations. From crazy bread to the inexpensive hot and ready pizzas, the franchise keeps serving up goodness, and the pizza-loving public wouldn't have it any other way.
Too much flavor awesomeness can't overpower your battery, can it?
One of those tasty innovations is their Detroit-style deep dish pizza. No, Little Caesars did not create the Detroit deep dish, but the chain has made a Detroit-style pizza with the Little Caesars spin on it. Furthermore, the franchise didn't stop with just the standard topping variety for its deep dish, offering customers the ultimate supreme version of the Detroit deep dish. This mouth-watering deep dish comes loaded with onions, green peppers, mushrooms, pepperoni, and Italian sausage. Now, obviously, you're gonna pay a little more for the deep dish as it is a specialty pizza. However, if you're ordering from a Little Caesars up in Anchorage, expect to pay $18.89 for a large. This is drastically pricier than the national average, which is $9.99, according to fastfoodmenuprices.com.
Yes. No!
Chipotle's Wholesome Bowl Carne Asada.
Have you had Chipotle? It's really good.
Chipotle's not Taco Bell. While that may be a rather obvious statement, it should be said. Not that all the wonderful Mexican-inspired goodness served up by Taco Bell isn't delicious, but for the longest time, Taco Bell was the only game in town. Of course, other Mexican chains serving similar fare eventually sprang up, but while it was all tasty, it was just more of the same. Then along came Chipotle. Chipotle was a breath of fresh air, serving up fresh ingredients, which couldn't be said of the other chains. The California-based franchise has grown into an international chain worth billions today.
That is a lot of money.
The Chipotle menu is filled with all the standard Mexican foods like burritos and tacos, but the chain also serves up delicious Mexican lifestyle bowls loaded with goodness. The bowls are more on the healthier side and come in a variety of options, such as the Balanced Macro Bowl featuring light rice, black beans, fajita veggies, and loads of guac. However, there is one bowl that will cost you a bit more cash than the rest, the Wholesome Bowl Carne Asada. The bowl is filled with corn salsa, loads of guac, and savory carne asada. Back to the price. The delicious bowl will cost you $15.60 if you happen to live in Chicago. Oddly enough, you only have to pay $15.10 in San Diego for the Wholesome Bowl, despite California's high minimum wage. The chain has stated that prices have gone up franchise-wide due to inflation, so Chicago may not be the only place where the cost of your Chipotle order is out of control.
Do you need some extra guac with that?
Dairy Queen's Triple Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burger.
Is this the Dairy Queen?
I've lived in Milwaukee for 14.
Queen's Triple Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burger.
Is this the Dairy Queen?
There are many fast food chains that sell ice cream nowadays, but if it wasn't for Dairy Queen paving the way, who knows where the fast food industry would be in terms of ice-cold, creamy dessert treats. Yes, Dairy Queen's brand of soft-serve ice cream is about as recognizable as the Big Mac and Whopper. The spiraling mound of soft-serve is appealing to both kids and adults because, after all, who doesn't love ice cream?
I love ice cream.
However, if a chain really wants to compete with the big boys, it has to serve up a little more than cones and sundaes. Dairy Queen is just as well known for its tasty, savory menu as it is for its ice cream. From its burgers and chili dogs to its chicken tenders, the ice cream chain has a fully loaded menu. Speaking of burgers, DQ has a wide variety of burgers to wolf down before digging into that soft serve that's just about to melt. Some of their most popular burgers include the Flamethrower Grill Burger with 2 flame-kissed patties and Flamethrower's spicy hot sauce, and the more basic Bacon Grill Burger with crispy strips of bacon. However, one of the most eye-catching burgers on the DQ menu is the Triple Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burger. This burger is stacked with 2 1/3 pound patties, onion rings, DQ's own house-made Hidden Valley Ranch dressing, and honey barbecue sauce. This burger is enough to make you start drooling, but the price of this mammoth burger is enough to make that drool dry up really fast. Expect to pay $13.17 for this burger, if you live in Anchorage, that is. Yes, the icy state, as mentioned earlier, sees fast food receive a hefty upcharge, and the Triple Backyard Bacon Ranch Signature Stack Burger is the most expensive item you'll find on that particular menu. While prices seem to vary from state to state, as a Triple Backyard will cost you around $8.39 in Southern California.
Dairy Queen closes in 10 minutes.
Burger King's Triple Whopper.
Whopper.
Burger King has been hard at it, serving up char-broiled burgers to customers trying to become the crown ruler of the burger world, though McDonald's has done a good job of keeping the king at bay. While the burger joint has come upon some hard financial times over the years, the king of burgers has plans to make their way back to the throne in 2024.
I will sit the throne today.
With all that said, what's a franchise without a great menu? This is an area where Burger King has no issues, as the chain is known for some pretty iconic menu items and innovations, such as the Croissantwich, Stackers, and the Bacon King. However, it's Burger King's signature burger that most folks tend to imagine when thinking about the chain. Of course, we're talking about the Whopper, which is the powerhouse of the franchise.
So at Arby's, we've had people ask for a Whopper. We don't sell Whoppers, so don't go to Arby's and ask for a Whopper. Okay? Okay.
And as of 2024, the chain plans to make the burger the franchise's focal point. However, not all Whoppers are identical. The great thing about the burger is there are so many versions, from the Angry Whopper to the Whopper Jr., and of course the Triple Whopper for those bold enough to try it. Now, you'd think a mammoth burger like the Triple would cost a mammoth price, and you'd be right, especially for the good folks who live in Maine. If you frequent the local Lewiston Burger King, you'll be paying $12.44 for the Triple Whopper. When you compare the price of a Triple Whopper in Maine to one purchased just about anywhere else in the U.S. with an average national price of $5.29, according to Hack the Menu, it may cause you to choose the Double Whopper instead.
But I thought perhaps you might enjoy it.
Arby's Half Smokehouse Brisket Sandwich.
Arby's doesn't have a beef with burgers.
Arby's is sometimes the odd man out when it comes to fast food. Is it a sandwich shop? Is it a fast food joint right up there with McDonald's and Wendy's? Well, it's a little bit of both. The chain's brand of roast beef sandwiches, curly fries, and other assorted goodies have made Arby's stand out among the fast food giants, carving its own niche. The brand isn't likely the first thing most folks across the country think of when the fast food munchies start to call.
So many snacks, so little time.
But the chain continues to hold its own. While roast beef is Arby's claim to fame, the chain offers other mouth-watering, crowd-pleasing sandwiches. One of those sandwiches is the Smokehouse Brisket Sandwich, which features tangy barbecue sauce and mounds upon mounds of sliced brisket and cheddar sauce. Now, for those who live out...
The brisket is smoked for 13 hours before it comes to the store.
Outside of Anchorage, you'll find that the national average for the Smokehouse Brisket is $8.28. However, for those who live in the northern state of Alaska, the sandwich is going to cost you $11.69. It's entirely up to you to determine whether you think the sandwich is worth it. Another option for Anchorage citizens is to make their journey out of state and grab a few of the Smokehouse Brisket's cheaper out-of-state cousins. Again, entirely up to you.
Arby's does have a beef with beef that hasn't been smoked for 13 hours over hickory.
Subway's grilled chicken no bready bowls.
Subway, I love you!
Oh, ad.
Sandwiches are a funny thing. Most of us think of them as a healthy alternative to fast food. And while there is some truth to that, a sub can be just as much a heavy hitter as the burger and pizza joints. That said, Subway's brand of sandwiches offers not only an alternative to the other joints, but also the ability to customize your order. After all, who knows what you love better than you?
Nobody!
Variety is one of the keys to Subway's success, and there's no shortage of variety when it comes to sandwich options. However, sandwiches are not the only thing on the Subway menu. Items like the No Bready Bowls are loaded with protein and low on the carbs, hence No Bready. Essentially, these bowls are breadless footlongs, or the ingredients of a Subway footlong only without the bread, in a bowl. And much like their subs, the No Bready Bowls come in a variety of options. Unfortunately for grilled chicken fans, there is a grilled chicken No Bready Bowl, but it's a lot more expensive than the others. The grilled chicken No Bready Bowl will end up running you $11.59. That is, if you're a resident of Alaska. While the grilled No Bready is the most costly Subway item, you'll only be paying that price up north. In most states, the bowl will only set you back $8.75. Fresh. Chick-fil-A's Spicy Southwest Salad.
It's only one great chicken sandwich.
What is it about fast food restaurants and salads? Maybe it was the Super Size Me documentary that came out about 20 years ago that scared the chains into adding healthier options to their menus. Perhaps it was the health boom of the 80s and 90s that caused the chains to follow suit. Whatever it was, customers are not complaining. Fact is, many of the fast food chain salads are beloved by their loyal clientele. Chick-fil-A knows its way around a chicken sandwich. However, there's something to be said about the other options on the menu, like
I'm wondering when my KFC closes. So hold on. Because I'm hungry for KFC, but it's getting a little late. And we'll see. Alexa, what time does KFC close? 10. Might be.
get salads.
What in the hell devil is in this salad.
One of the most interesting Chick-fil-A salads has to be the Spicy Southwest. The salad comes loaded with slices of spicy grilled chicken, mixed greens, grape tomatoes, a blend of Monterey Jack and cheddar cheese, and roasted corn, and more. Unfortunately, you'll be paying more for this salad too. The Spicy Southwest costs a spicy $9.75. At least in California, it does.
Here's your big salad.
Taco Bell's Chicken Enchilada Burrito Bowl.
So much time picking out which Tums to bring, we'd be at Taco Bell by now.
Once again, we have a delicious bowl on the menu, but this time it's Taco Bell and a burrito bowl. The original Mexican food chain has been fusing and diversifying its menu for ages, thinking outside the bun at every turn, and the bowls are much of the same. Taco Bell's Chicken Enchilada Burrito Bowl has everything an enchilada fan could want, and it's all in a no-mess convenient bowl. The problem is the price for the delicious bowl. You'll be paying $8.99 up there in the great state of Washington. The rather steep price is due to the higher than average minimum wage for Washington folks. So, would you call that a double-edged sword? Moving on.
Going to Taco Bell as a family.
McDonald's Big Mac.
Big Mac's a Big Mac, but they call it Le Big Mac.
The Big Mac is a global phenomenon, the most iconic burger of all fast food burgers. The Big Mac is probably the most widely sold burger on Earth. The burger has even become the exclusive meal to some folks. Believe it or not, Don Gorski famously eats a Big Mac every day and holds the record for the most Big Macs eaten by a single person. With that kind of fan devotion, it's no wonder that the Big Mac has become the phenomenon it is today. Most folks would argue that for the size of the Big Mac, it's actually not that expensive, and for the most part, they'd be right, as the national average price for a Big Mac is around $5, which is reasonable. However, this isn't the case for folks over on the East Coast, particularly Massachusetts. From the Boston Celtics to former WWE champion John Cena, and both Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, there's much the state has to be proud of, but the cost of their Big Mac isn't on the list. A Big Mac from McDonald's in Lee, Massachusetts will end up costing you $7.59. As mentioned earlier, this has to do with individual franchise owners determining their own prices. Other factors can include basic food costs, costs of goods sold, which includes labor that can raise food prices. Sorry, Mass, but most will likely choose to pass.
Hello, welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order, please?
We've got more great videos that are right up your
Hey,
alley.
not bad though. For $5 for a Big Mac? Not bad for fast food places because, well, what? The cheapest sandwich that we have at Arby's is $5. So, pretty much. I think the roast beef classic is almost $5. No? I think it's like $4.39 or $4.50. Somewhere around there. But, hey. Of course, the sides and stuff are like usually 2 something or 3 something, 4 something. Yeah. Okay, well, that would be it for the video. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to buy my merch. And I guess I will see you guys on next time. Goodbye.